Hey, what is going on to the Tesla holders? I'm assuming that if you guys are watching this video, and then you guys probably hold quite a bit of Tesla, and the $850 price target that I talked about in my previous video when Tesla was hovering around the high $1,000 per share level, it is actually going to get increased, and we're going to be talking about why I decided to raise my $850 price target a little bit higher. Now, first, I would like to talk about Kathy Wood's ARK Invest Fund. Then we'll head on over to SpaceX to just talk about what Elon Musk is actually doing. We know that he is selling his shares right now. He has not finished selling his shares. And we also do see over here Kathy Wood. She is also selling Tesla. Now, I'm not saying that she is selling Tesla because the fundamentals have changed for her in any way. It is most certainly because she is just trying to rebalance her portfolio. And we can see over here a trend. We see that this evident trend is that she has been decreasing her portfolio allocation into Tesla ever since the beginning of December. And I actually believe this is way back further, right? And I didn't even notice this at first, but if we go to her RK Innovation ETF fund, we can see that going all the way to November 5th, because this was the peak of her portfolio allocation into Tesla in a near term time frame, because before that it was less, right? We have 11.33, we have 11.35, and then even in October, right? The end of October, it was around that 10 level, right? 10.75, 10.87, you guys know what I mean. So starting from November 5th, we go a little bit higher, and we can see that it does start to decrease, going from 11.44 to 10.81 in just a matter of a few days, right? From November 5th to November 8th. Now, we're not in November anymore, so let's just continue to go up. And we can see that in December, right? Going from November to December, we are now at around 8.52. This was on December 8th, right? So about a month away. And then we could see even from December 8th, we go even closer to the time frame that we're at right now, and we could see that we go from 8.52 to 8.11. Then from 8.11, we go to 7.73. And from 7.73, we go to 7.17. Why is Kathy Wood doing this? Let's just see if this trend continues in some of her other ETFs as well. So we go all the way around that same time frame, November 5th, which was not actually the peak of her portfolio allocation in Tesla. It was actually the day before, November 4th. Doesn't really matter though. So we go all the way up, going from November 4th, and we see going from 12.84 to around December, let's say 8th again, 11.37. It's not that much of a difference compared to her other ETF. Then from 11.35, we go all the way to December 20th, which is where we are at today, and we are hovering around 9.96, almost 10. Now, last but not least, let's go ahead and look over to our ARK WETF very quickly. Hopefully this is pretty valuable to you guys, because I just want to see if there are any clear trends that are pointing to the right direction, right? Because Kathy Wood is doing this, and also Elon Musk. We will be talking about Elon Musk very shortly. So November 8th, going from 11.49, and then to December 20th, we're at 8.58. So we see that, yes, there is an evident trend. Not only is Kathy Wood selling, but also Elon Musk, and she is selling across all three of her ETFs. Now, aside from her selling her shares, we also see that Tesla has decided to go and decrease as well. And I just want to mention, I forgot to mention this in the last segment, but Kathy Wood, she was actually buying a lot of shares, right? Her portfolio allocation was actually higher, because we could see over here at around October to November timeframe, we see that Tesla was above this head and shoulders pattern right over here. So this is going to be the head and shoulders pattern. It is just about to break this level, right? A lot of people, they are hoping that it does not break this level, because otherwise that will indicate a signal to the downside even more. And I will be talking about this downside signal in just a moment. But needless to say, I just wanted to mention really quickly that yes, she was buying, because guess what the prices were for Tesla, right? The prices were around that $760 share level, 780, and then it went all the way to about $1,300 per share. It didn't go exactly there, but you guys get what I'm trying to say. And so she probably decided to sell her shares, rebalance her portfolio. So now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and now talk about why I decided to raise my price target for where I will decide to buy Tesla if it decides to go there, right? If the opportunity is even there in the first place. So in the last video, I said I wanted to buy Tesla at $850 a share. This was also when Tesla was around over here, right? That $1,000 per share level. However, I'm going to be raising this to 880. And the reason for this is because of some of the indicators over here. One of the indicators is pointing to Tesla going to 880 instead of 850. And I also stated this in the last video too, but the indicators will move up as the Tesla share price either decides to stagnate or decides to increase as well, right? So the more time we have, the more accurate these indicators are. And the reason why I'm really counting on these indicators is because it usually decides to follow Tesla very precisely, right? It decides to go here, and as history indicates to us, because we're not going to base this off of just guessing, we're going to use these indicators to provide us some historical standpoints, and it usually does decide to go to this indicator right over here. I believe it is this one right here, right? So we go here not once, not twice, but again, this was also when Tesla was around 893, and then it dropped all the way to this exact indicator, this line that we are talking about right now. So that's why I'm going to be waiting until 882 around that area. I've already started to buy some Tesla shares just to dollar cost average because honestly, why not? And also going from there, if Tesla decides to break this head and shoulder pattern, then we could decide to see Tesla go all the way to around $800 a share, just exactly at around 803, 805, 810. Honestly, as Tesla decides to either stagnate or fall down, just as more time is present with this equity, we'll probably see this indicator decide to rise up as well. And instead of exactly 800, we might see 810, right? 812, etc., etc. And really quickly, I also want to mention the volume, right? The volume hasn't been too bad either. That does mean that there is a lot of demand, and especially with the Federal Reserve tapering what a lot of people are guessing going to 2022, you want these blue chip stocks, right? You want these stocks that have quite a bit of a good balance sheet. And I know Tesla right now, the balance sheet isn't perfect compared to equities like Apple, but that really is no reason to worry because so far it has proven to be a great company. But here's why other people are also scared for Tesla because they're thinking that Elon Musk will potentially be leaving for SpaceX. So with Elon Musk selling another $906.5 million worth of Tesla shares, this was earlier in December, not right now. We are currently at December 21st of 2021. This was a little bit earlier, as I just stated. But regardless, he is still selling his shares. It has not finished yet, and so that will probably indicate more downside to probably get to that level that we were just talking about, around 885, 882, etc., and possibly even lower if we decide to break that head and shoulder pattern. And what could also add to that even more is if Elon Musk decides to leave Tesla for SpaceX. And then we have Elon Musk saying that I will be surprised if we are not landing on Mars within 5 years. And the sentiment for Elon Musk has been catered a lot towards space recently. He has been selling his shares and he says statements like this, which we can't necessarily 100% say is because he is leaving, right? No one has said that yet. But these are just a lot of thoughts going around right now. Let me know in the comment section below, do you guys think Elon Musk could potentially be leaving Tesla? And again, when I say leaving, all I'm saying is stepping down, similar to how Jeff Bezos decided to step down from Amazon. Do you guys think that Elon Musk may be doing something similar to that, especially with him selling his shares? Some people are saying it is not even because of tax purposes that he is selling his shares, but because, again, he is just trying to reallocate that capital into SpaceX. Again, these are all just thoughts, right? Nothing concrete just yet. But again, before I end this video, just want to say, let me know in the comment section what you guys think. We are not going to read this entire article. All I want to mention is that he has been catering his sentiment a little bit more towards space recently. So with that being said, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Well, stock down about 6% today. Elon Musk selling another 934,000 shares yesterday for about $1 billion. That is to pay taxes on the exercise of about $2 billion in options. The stock now down about 18% since that famous Twitter poll back in November asking whether he should sell 10% of his total Tesla stake. His selling now tops $10 billion. Some of that for these taxes, but a lot of that just a straight cash out sale. He still has another $11 or $12 billion to go to reach that 10% goal. Now, he is not the only CEO selling. Total stock sales by CEOs and insiders this year hitting an all-time record of $69 billion. That is up 80% over the 10-year average, according to Insider Score. Musk is the top seller so far, but Jeff Bezos really close behind with about $10 billion in Amazon sales. The Waltons family selling about $6 billion in Walmart shares. Mark Zuckerberg selling about $4 billion in Facebook/Meta. Now, Satya Nadella recently selling about half of his Microsoft shares for about $285 million. A lot more is expected this month since a lot of this selling is due to avoiding higher taxes that could start next year. Guys?
I mean, can't really blame them, to be honest, after the long-term gains that they've seen, regardless of whether these stocks are a bit off their highs. But it is so interesting the way it's been framed by Musk as it relates to his particular sales. Robert, once we're all done with the selling of the 10% estate, what portion of that will be genuinely going to paying tax versus being perhaps a sneaky way just to take some money off the table without it causing a stock implosion?
About 2/3 of it will go to taxes, but right now he's running about a half and half in the sales. So we'll see whether he, continues just from here on out selling for the options and the taxes, or whether he continues to go half and half. But he's got about $11 or $12 billion to go still, and if he wants to do it before the end of the year, he's going to keep selling, at about this rate through December. And he's going to end up with probably somewhere about $8 to $10 billion extra beyond just the 10 or 12 he'll need for these taxes. So he'll end up with a lot of cash and a huge tax payment to both the California and the U.S. government.
Just 8 or 10 billion left. No big deal.